What are you doing after high school? It's the question that never ages. Remember when you were in elementary school and people from all aspects of your life would ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? When I was younger, I used to tell everyone that I want to be a business owner. What I heard back all the time were barriers. Did you know that 95% of businesses fail? You would have to be so lucky. Why don't you just go get a job instead? That way, you're guaranteed to make money. Over time, I realized that it was just so much easier to say the things that would allow me to avoid these discouragements. From then on, I told people that I wanted to be a doctor. That seemed to stop the feedback. But what is success? Earl Nightingale defines success as a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. My worthy ideals at the moment are owning businesses and assets, time freedom, and the ability to pursue my other interests. Does the path that you want to follow require university? My path to discovering my journey began. In September 2021, I attended a business boot camp in Miami with my parents. It was easily one of the best experiences in my life to date, and I attended sales and marketing workshops in later months. While I was at the event, I met so many amazing people, and I realized how incredibly refreshing it was to be surrounded by people who had the same mindset as I did. I felt so energized. I got there early and I stayed late to network with as many people as I could. Like I said before, I met many amazing and successful people and even had the chance to meet and speak with Grant Cardone, the billionaire who hosted the events. Since I was nearing my senior year and university applications were on the horizon, I decided to ask him, considering that I want to pursue business, do you think that university is worth it? And he said, well, if someone wanted to become a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, or something along those career paths, by all means, go to university. Because those professions require a higher level of education. He continued to think for a moment and then turned to me and said, to answer your question, no. Now this struck me. I had met all of these hugely successful individuals, some of whom were very close to my age. And now a billionaire had just told me that I did not need university to succeed in business. This made a huge difference in the way I thought about my future. And my eyes had been opened to a whole new realm of possibilities. Now, I've met many people who are very successful that have been to university. And all of them, and everyone has told me that the criteria that it was not the criteria that helped them become successful. I've also met many people and spoken with many people, including my parents, who are proponents for university. I've met this very successful businessman who recommended to go to university, and his reasoning was so that I could network and make connections with people who had the same mindset as I did, because these people could become very valuable resources in the future. I now had an internal dilemma on my hands. All my friends were going to university, and everyone's expectations and recommendations were that I do so as well. Going to university is typically the beginning of someone's independence. I would be moving away from home, out of the city, or even out of the country. This would create a new experience for me in the sense that I would be in a new environment, learning new things, with different people, different surroundings, and it would get me out of my comfort zone. But I also believe that you have to mimic the people who have what you want in order to get it. I want what successful business owners have: the income, the time freedom, and the lifestyle. Some people have accused me of trying to avoid work. On the contrary, I am willing to do whatever it takes to achieve my goals. I want to work and commit my time to something that will allow me to follow my path to achieving my worthy ideals. Now, based on the research that I have conducted and the people that I have spoken to, the people that are able to do what I want to do own successful businesses. And owning a business does not require a university degree. Now, the next steps for me on my path is not necessarily university, but that does not mean that I might not choose to attend in the future. The one thing that I feel like I would be missing out on if I did not go to university would be the networking and making connections with people. Because I value networking and knowing people. That being said, I do feel as if in this age of worldwide connectivity, online and through social media, that there is no longer a pressing need to go to university to make those connections and discover talent. There is a very set pattern in society. You finish high school, you go to university, you get a degree, you get married, you get a job, you buy a house, etc. By choosing to break this pattern, it allowed me to see a whole new approach. Learning outside of university allows you to create your own curriculum. You create what you want to learn and where you want to go. You can tap into your passion and change things up as many times as you please. If you are a high school student and you are having questions about whether to go to university or not, the way that I figured it out was discovering what I want to accomplish and speaking to people who have already achieved that. I then created a path catered to my desired outcome. Yours may include university, or it may not. Mine did not. So what are you going to do after high school? What are your worthy ideals? Now you tell me, is university a requirement for your success? Thank you.